What's going on YouTube? American Boyd here. Wanted to bring you guys a review of a couple holsters that I got going on here. If you guys have watched any of my previous videos, you know that I'm carrying a CANIK TP9 Elite Subcompact. I've been carrying for about 4 months now, that thing. It's been great. Really enjoyed it so far. But hey, I wanted to bring you guys a review on a couple holsters. I mentioned in one of my last videos that I was going to try out the Crossbreed, and I went with the behind the hip holster at the 4 o'clock position. I can't remember the name of this thing off the top of my head. The SuperTuck, I think it was, something like that. They have a tactical one that's kind of more curved and kind of more rounded, stuff like that. But I'll start right off. I'm not impressed at all. Got my firearm here unloaded, no mag in there. So couple things. Clips were great. They stayed on my belt, didn't move around. I liked how big it was, and compared to my standard holster that came with the firearm, this thing is quite the upgrade. It has a nice leather backing. As you can see there, it was nice and soft on my back as I carried throughout the day, and it kind of curved with your body there, so it had some nice flex. I don't think that this is like true Kydex. It's kind of soft. I wasn't impressed. And kind of bring this little mat over here or something. But first thing I wasn't impressed with was the retention. See right there, the thing falls right out. And obviously I ordered this thing for the CANIK TP9 Elite SC. Kind of a gap up here. Don't know if that's for another sight or something like that, but there's no way that I can see, well, I know there's not a way to adjust the retention on this thing. As you guys can see in the light there, they're just all studded. There's 3 on each side. You know, it's a hard plastic. It stays in there if the firearm's in the holster, but overall, not impressed. Second thing I did not like about this thing, and I'm actually in the process right now of returning it. Going to get my money back, and I'll talk to you about the one that I've upgraded to. But the second thing, as you can kind of see this little indentation right here from the mag release, and for those of you who carry this firearm know, you can see right there, this thing sticks out pretty far. It's kind of flush to the handle there, but it sticks out pretty far when you're carrying. And one of the things I didn't like is when this thing's in the holster, it does cover it, which is good, but I carry at the 4 o'clock position, and every time I sit down and I lean up against like a hard chair, even in my pickup, this leather pushes up against that mag release and it ejects it, and it just comes out a little bit. I'm not going to put this in because this is loaded, but it while I'm sitting there, it'll eject it out, and kind of nonchalantly throughout the day, I'll go and adjust and stuff like that, and I felt that eject, just barely clicked out, like it wasn't shooting out, it didn't fall out ever. But I don't feel comfortable carrying if, this thing's going to eject. I think it did like 4 times in one day. And so maybe it's because, I'm a little bit bigger, but I don't know if you'll be able to see it with the light. I don't think you will, but it's just right up against this, and there's like an indentation here on the back. You can kind of just feel exactly right there, exactly where that mag release is. So, I only carried it for like 6 days, 7 days, a week or so. I've had this thing, so luckily I fall within Crossbreed's 2-week return policy, because I spent $90 on this thing because I got the J clips and everything like that in case I needed them for something else. But overall, guys, not impressed whatsoever. Like I said, leather was nice. It was comfortable. I liked how big it was, the curvature of your body. Retention, very weak. I mean, you can just pull that thing right out, and like I did the demonstration earlier, this thing, it falls right out. So not impressed with the retention. There's no way to adjust that. And then, the mag release here is just, it pushes up against my lower back, and it's not like I'm huge, I'm like 250, so it's not like I have a big old belly or, big muffin top there on the back to push it. I'm just, a pretty normal sized guy, and that thing ejected, like I said, 4 times in one day. So, bless you. So, that's kind of my quick review over that thing. Like I said, It's okay, but I'm going to return it. I'm going to get my 80, 85 bucks back for this thing. And then the one, I actually just started wearing it today. Was that on my lunch break? I like to go to Bass Pro and Cabela's on my lunch break. And I found this guy. And this is a Santis Gun-hide. Got it at Bass Pro. And obviously I have a very unique gun in model. So they don't carry those on hand. So luckily, it being leather, they're pretty universal. They don't have to be molded like Kydex or anything like that. So this thing's called the Cozy Partner, and I'll put it up to the camera so you guys can see all what models it is. If you guys do have the same TP9 SC that I do, it goes for Glock, and there's like 8 or 10 models there. Ruger, the 9 and the 40, and then the Glock 17 Gen 5. The 19 Gen 6, and then a 45. So I'll put that right there. I'll hold it there for a sec so you guys can see. Bass Pro Shops, 69 bucks, and this thing is way better. I've been carrying it for like 5-6 hours today, and this thing is awesome. Adjustable retention. I like that it has the snappable clips onto my belt. Nothing wrong with the other metal clips that kind of go over your belt loop, but I really like the security of having snaps. And you can undo these, and there's like a spot in the middle here where you can move them, I think, but you can tighten those up if they ever get loose. But I like how the nose is all covered, and there's a back covering right here, so it goes up. And the cool thing that I like about it, let's see if I can get it in the light at all. I don't think I will be able to. But so here's the mag release here, and there's just a little gap from the leather to the actual release. So I carried it, and I was doing some testing on it and putting my back up against it. This thing never ejected once. So it's actually almost better that it's not up against it, because I think if it does, that leather kind of pushes it, which creates it to release. So I think that little gap there from the leather actually saves it from not ejecting it. So this mag stayed in all day so far in the 6 hours I've carried it. It fits nicely in there. The trigger guard is all covered. It has the angle. The other thing too about this guy is it's pretty much straight up and down. There's a little bit of slant to it, but I kind of had to really reach to get back there. This thing has a nice slant to it. So if I go to draw, I've already done a couple practices with it. It's just really nice. I love the look of the leather. It's just a nice, dual stitched together leather. Like I said, fairly expensive, 69 bucks at Bass Pro, Cabela's, whatever one. They're the same nowadays. But this thing is already way better. It's a lot smaller, more compact. It's not as bulky, not as heavy. But I like that it's covering the butt end of the gun. The nose is all enclosed, so I don't have it sticking through. Not a big deal there, but just nice peace of mind. I love the adjustable retention on it too, so I can tighten that thing up if I do feel the need to. And then it just fits in there good. I'm shaking it right now, doing a shake test up and down. It starts to come a little bit, but for the most part, this thing's not going to come in there. I'm excited to just leave it in here and mold it. And they do have one for a 1911 that came kind of down to here, and it fit farther in, so fully covered the mag release and everything like that. So that actually went all the way in, and then the end of the holster went here, even though the butt of the gun, the end of the gun only went to there. But anyway, way better. As you can see, I'm kind of relieved. I kind of have a lot more peace of mind with this thing. I just was worried carrying that thing, that Crossbreed, and nothing against their holsters. I'm not trying to bash them at all whatsoever. They make a good product, but they just didn't work for me, and that's okay. That's what it's all about when you start to carry, like myself, is just trying things out and seeing what works best for you. So my opinion, no go on the Crossbreed SuperTuck. Sometimes it works for people maybe, but I wasn't impressed. And I'm really impressed with this Santis Gun-hide so far. I'll put it up again so you guys can see what model it is and what it fits as far as the gun and the barrel length. And you guys can go on there and find it at Bass Pro or Cabela's. They're obviously not endorsing me or anything like that, but so far this thing is awesome. Love it so far. Well worth the money for the reasons that I just stated, and I can't wait to continue to carry this thing. So anyways, wanted to bring that to you guys. For those of you who are going to get this gun, it's a fairly new model. Came out like in August, September, October, that time frame. I don't know exactly when, but it's a fairly new gun. And so just wanted to bring that to you guys so you don't make the same mistake I do. Something else that's cool, I just was looking at it. It does have room up top here in case you do put a red dot on it. This is fully exposed. You can see the plate all the way around is exposed in case you do put a red dot. So that's something cool too. I'm thinking about putting one on. Don't know if I will or not. Don't know if it's necessary if I do have to draw in an emergency situation, but it's open there and visible, so you don't have to worry about adjusting that when you're buying a holster button. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Leave some comments below on what you think of that Crossbreed. If some of you guys are already carrying this Santis Gun-hide, let me know what you think of it. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.